I did not want to leave this world at this time. I felt I had a choice to make. Did I want to be here or
Yeah.
did I not?
And he kind of did this big pause, mic drop moment, like, are you ready? Are you ready to hear this? I'm like leaning in. And what he said is, welcome to the Connecting to Spirit podcast. I'm Lisa Brandis, your host, and today I am joined by a very special guest speaker, Karen Churchill. She is a deeply intuitive healer and a cherished member of our community, known for her warm heart, her connection to energy, and her gift of bringing harmony into the spaces that people call home. But today, Karen is here to share something incredibly personal and profoundly inspiring. We actually met in person for the first time at the Spiritual Leaders Conference, and when we were there, we were having a chat, and she told me about an incredible Reiki healing story that she had, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this story is amazing to keep to ourselves. And she's been brave enough to come on the podcast and share it with you. I do want to start with a bit of a disclaimer. What you're about to hear is Karen's personal healing journey. She is sharing her lived experience, the choices that she made, and the spiritual practices that supported her emotionally and energetically during a difficult time in her life. Nothing in this conversation should be taken as medical advice or a replacement for professional care. Everyone's path with cancer or any health condition is unique, and your medical team should always be your primary guidance. So we share this story with deep respect and with the intention to inspire, not to instruct. Okay, now that that's been said, Karen, thank you so much for being open and willing to share your journey. I do know that your story will offer comfort and hope and bring so much wisdom to those who are listening. So if you don't mind, can we start right back at the beginning of your diagnosis?
Hi, Lisa, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to tell my story.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
pleasure.
I just went along for a routine mammogram, as we're all asked to do, back in 2010. When I had the mammogram, they found a tumour in my right breast. So they did a biopsy and then referred me off to a specialist. So, of course, I like to ask lots of questions and work out exactly what's happening.
What was your frame of mind back then?
I had had a few issues with my health over the years, with postnatal depression after my children were born. And I had found that the medications that the doctors had given me were just not working sufficiently for me. So that's when I found complementary medicine, and I had used it for various things over the years. Certainly had helped me on my path. And after my diagnosis, I thought, well, I needed to explore all my options. So I went along to the medical doctors and just found out as much information as I could. But I had this knowing that, yes, there was something else I could do.
And were they recommending to have, what was the specialist recommending?
Yes, they were recommending surgery to
Mhm.
actually remove the tumour from my body. But I had this overwhelming message come through to me that my body put it there, therefore my body can take it away.
Yeah, that's powerful insight for the interview. And maybe you were telling me that you had your friend there with you, and because your husband had passed away.
Yes, by my husband
So
itself.
you'd already started kind of tapping into the spiritual world. You were getting messages from him. Is that correct?
Well, definitely after he
Yeah.
passed, he would show me lots of different things around the house. Power would go off. I couldn't boil the kettle. The washing machine would stop. And until I acknowledged that he was there, and then it was fine.
Wow. So he just really wanted to
Yeah.
connect with you. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there's a foundation of Reiki that was there.
Oh, definitely. There was various people come into my life
Mm.
during that time that just gave me more belief in my abilities with my Reiki. And
Yeah, because I was kind of thinking, that when we have someone in an authority position, and of course in the medical world, they can be quite concerned about not following their protocols and their recommendations. Did it take courage for you to kind of say, no, I'm not going to go with surgery? And how exactly did you have that conversation? Because I remember that, when we spoke earlier, that was a bit of a
Yeah.
challenge. So tell us what that was like.
I took a girlfriend along with me because often in those situations, you don't remember everything that's being told to you.
Yeah, especially when you're stressed.
So yes, right or wrong, he wanted to book me in for surgery. And I said to him at the time, I'm here just getting all the information. I'm not going to commit to anything at the moment. So my girlfriend that was with me, when he could see he was not getting anywhere with me, he turned to her and got quite angry and said, can't you convince her that she needs to take this time to have this operation to get this out of her body? But my friend was very supportive in this, and she said, look, Karen's gathering as much information as she possibly can. She's not silly.
Decision, do you, right there and then? So
That's right.
And so when you left, that, because that would, I don't know if it was me, I probably would have found it very hard to go against the medical advice in the right place. Just want to help you and know that's what works.
And they help so many. Yeah.
Absolutely. And like we're saying, this is just your personal journey.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so then you made that decision and you said to me there was just an intuitive knowing. Can you describe what that knew? Does that make sense? Like, how did you know? Because how did doubt or self-doubt not creep in going, oh my gosh, what if this is the wrong choice? Or what if the cancer, do you know what I mean?
It's
Like
just
that,
what
it's
my
a
normal-
big call, right?
Normal reaction is too, yes.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
have
it's
that doubt.
Yep.
But yes, I had confidence. But yes, there was definitely a message coming through that I would know how to do this. And I wasn't silly. My GP, of course, he was concerned as well.
I would imagine friends and family were too, like when you're like, no, I'm just going to do Reiki.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
I can imagine if it was in my life what my friends and family would be saying, because
of course they were. They were very concerned.
It's not the norm, right? And it's not documented. The healing isn't scientifically documented, although we're getting close to evidential, proof that we have, like, we know the innate healing can happen through the body heals. So I kind of am along the lines with you that there's always a possibility for healing. And why not give the body a go first and then go to surgery? Like, I kind of think, my daughter had an appendix out and there was no way she could have survived.
No,
there's times when we just know, that we need medical intervention, but
And like my GP suggested, he said, how about we have some monitoring along the way? Yeah. So I went along for monthly scans, monthly ultrasounds. And yes, it was physically reducing. And
so they were seeing that when they were checking, it was reducing, not staying the same.
Reducing in size. No, it wasn't staying the same, because they do all the measurements and everything, and then they send the results back to the doctor.
So what did you do to reduce it?
Certainly careful choice of foods. I was then consulting with a naturopath to help with clean eating and the right sort of foods. But just the overwhelming power of the mind and using Reiki, just knowing that I did not want to leave this world at this time. I felt I had a choice to make. Did I want to be here or did I not?
Do you know what's interesting? When my husband had leukemia, he said the same thing. He said, dying's not an option. He had a young family and he just knew that it wasn't an option. That's interesting that, that there's a strong resolve there. And then it becomes about the path of healing, not focusing on the problem and what's wrong.
That's right.
As a hypnotherapist, when we know we get the mind to work for us instead of against us, can transform lives like it did yours.
We don't realize just how powerful we really are. And the mind just controls everything.
And, these stories aren't told. And I even said, like, I was a little bit worried, because, these stories get kind of brushed under the carpet. And, I know Anita, a book where she had an incredible journey of healing, and it's all documented because she was in hospital. And it wasn't through the medical intervention. It was through her self-awareness and belief and experience she had when she crossed over. and back, knowing that she had a message to deliver. So you go back for your third scan, was it?
Yes, I think my fourth scan actually. And yes, the ultrasound lady couldn't find anything. She said, "So what are we looking for here?"
Did
And
you
I
just
went,
go, yes, I bet. I bet I was like, wow, that's so cool. And so you put it down to the health, to the power of the mind, the body's ability to heal itself,
most
Reiki,
definitely.
and
Most
clean eating,
definitely.
right? Because using food for medicine makes total sense.
Yes,
And
yeah. And just the love that comes to you through the Reiki, just knowing that, you can do things for yourself. Yes. You have.
Did you consult with like another Reiki master to get healing sessions, or was it all done through self-healing, Karen?
It was really just done through my self-healing.
Reiki.
The naturopath I was seeing at the time also did Reiki, so she guided me on how to do it and affirmations with that. So then I was putting the right energy into it.
Yeah. And did you do it did you have a pattern of like every morning when you woke up? How often were you? Because I can hear the listener going, how did she do it? How often did she do it? Like, what was your protocol? Because I often say when people first learn Reiki, like, I kind of don't make it like I have to do this. And I'm just wondering if it was like that kind of loosey-goosey for you, or whether you stuck to a strict regime. What was your...
I guess every morning when I woke up and even going to bed sleep at night. And I find I still do it. I do Reiki on myself as I go to sleep at the night time. Certainly any time that I had sitting down and thinking about it and just taking that time for myself, that self-love and that energy just going back into my body to heal it and asking for that healing to continue.
Yeah, I just want to ask you a question. Is that when people get this diagnosis, people change their life and go through radical transformation, because there's never quite the desire to change or motivation, I guess, if you want to call it motivation, then when you suddenly get a big diagnosis, it's like a wake-up call, isn't it? And then all of a sudden we'll be like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. Oh yeah, I'll do it. Comes like your number one priority, it's your health, your well-being, your body. Did you make any big changes in your life that you can recall back then? Have you been feeling called to learn Reiki, not just to channel powerful healing energy, but also to awaken your intuition in the process? Now it's easier than ever. After 22 years of teaching Reiki in person, I've created a high-quality online training experience that gives you lifetime access to become a certified and accredited intuitive Reiki healer. Through Intuitive Reiki International, you'll gain the skills to step into a rewarding new career. Plus, you'll connect with a thriving community of like-minded healers and make a real difference in people's lives. If you feel the calling, don't wait. The time is now to embrace your passion and start your Reiki journey. Visit intuitivereiki.online to get started today.
I guess I was very aware of my mental state and my thoughts. And I've just been aware of my diet and how I treat myself. Just nothing really radical. Yeah, just a few minor changes, mainly using the Reiki and the power of the mind.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so did you ever think it's happened to me? Did that kind of thought ever come into your mind? Or look for what was the universe? What was life teaching me in this moment? What did you get from this experience that you walked through, Karen?
Yes, I think it was mainly that point when, I was still grieving from the death of my husband. And, life was very lonely. And I think there were times there when I just wish I was with him.
Oh.
But then the universe just sent me through this and said, do you really want to be with him? So it makes your job to make a choice and go.
But your beautiful husband, John's happy that
That's right.
I've met him and he's gorgeous,
Yeah,
you know.
but at the time, well, I had 4 boys and I needed to live
So, yeah.
for them. It was just as I turned 50 that I got the diagnosis.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so I
You
thought,
must
well,
have just been thinking,
not
oh,
a
what
bit.
now? Or a
Yeah.
few big traumatic events in your life. So I'd love if there's others listening that might be going through a similar experience, or someone that might be going through a similar experience. Obviously, we can't, advise anyone what to do. But yeah, is there a message of just inspiration that you'd like to share with them, or anything based from your experience that you think might be worth sharing here today?
Just believe in yourself and know that you have the power to look after your own health and you're in charge and nobody else is going to do it for you. So that belief and that self-love.
It's important, isn't it? I remember when I first became a healer, and we're going back 22 years ago, I read this book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And I'm sure I say it every time the healers I'm training. This is a Bible bookshelf because and she was kind of revolutionary when she first created her business and, looked at the fact that the body's innate, innate wise being and that she had healed herself from cancer as well through the power of the mind, which is why she went on to, so I think it's important that we talk about it. And I have one foot in an absolute belief in medicine and a love of it because, if my husband didn't have chemotherapy, he wouldn't be with me today. So I have an allopathic view where we need as healers and as leaders now to work with medicine to provide a holistic path to help people. So whether people are on chemo, it doesn't matter to me, or whether they're going the natural path, or like you kind of going to try to hybrid, see how it goes. And then for you, your story turned out to be that your body responded well to the power of the mind. There's been some incredible people out there that have reminded us of the power of our innate wisdom within the body and to tune into. I remember listening to a channeled message, and I think it was Cryon from memory, but he said, and I remember going, oh, this is like revolutionary. And he kind of did this big pause, mic drop moment, like, are you ready? Are you ready to hear this? I'm like leaning in. And what he said is that the cells of the body are always listening. He said, and we're talking about the frequency that when we go to a healer, when they whisper those magic loving words and nurture our body, the cells heal it, we start to change our frequency, our vibration rises. But he said to me, when you say the message or the healing message in your own voice, the cells change instantaneously. Because when you have that firm belief and like you said to me on the phone, it was a knowing. It was like I didn't like it. It was just a knowing that I could do this myself. That the body can put it there, the body can get rid of it. And then when we infuse that message through imagining it, using our visualization, the unconscious mind learns through visual images. So if we start imagining the body being healed and visualizing that and knowing that that's true for us, the cells respond because we're basically giving the body instructions through the power of the mind, right?
Yeah, when you think about it. And I remember hearing somebody say, everything starts with a thought.
Energy, focus, energy
whether
flows,
it's good
right?
or bad. Yeah.
The body will say yes. Yeah, we learned that in hypnotherapy. It's like if it's like, I'm not going to, what is it? I won't eat chocolate. The body takes the word won't out and hears, I'll eat chocolate. Right? So it's about the focus, isn't it? And what we're focusing on, and when we're focusing on healing and well-being. And I think just the environment of healing makes a big difference. When we look at some of the clinical rooms in hospitals and the settings, and I read about a beautiful nurse that was doing surgery, bringing Reiki into surgery, and she was holding the frequency of love and just bringing everyone together and bringing this harmony into the room. Now, isn't the body going to heal quicker when it's in a harmonious state versus, a stressed, scared state? So wouldn't it be amazing if we had healers, professional healers in these rooms, helping while someone's talking to the specialist and getting those messages delivered? And just helping them in a loving way as a part of a team. So that's, I guess, the big vision, isn't it? To see more people using these integrative therapies in a way that, takes pressure off the medical system, because they get the nurturing and the support, but we all work as a team.
Over these things so much more quickly.
Yeah. And we've got a lot of anecdotal evidence with Reiki, and just purely because they can't measure frequency. Science is trying to measure in a way that is logical, but of course energy doesn't take a logical path. The measuring needs to be done in a different way, which I think they're getting, that they've been measuring brain waves, and
there is
starting to look with quantum energy. They're starting to see that we're starting to understand why that miracle happened, Karen, and you were able to heal your body and reduce that tumor. So wonderful story, and I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad that we got to meet in person.
We did.
That was fantastic.
Great.
So I'm going to ask you a question. What's something that you wish your 15-year-old self knew?
My 15-year-old self.
Yeah, just pulled a number out of my head.
That's going back a few years.
I know.
Just believe in yourself and your own abilities, and be the individual that you really are. And often that gets taken away from us. We get guided by other people and swayed by other people. And it's not until later in your life you really learn to come back to yourself and really get in touch with the true you, and know that you're not like anybody else. You're an individual.
Yeah. And isn't that what makes you so beautiful, and everyone else? It's like it's the diversity that we all have. And, and I absolutely believe that we're all put on this earth to do something great. And when we are more in touch with who we are, we're more in touch with our natural gifts. We're able to kind of fulfill that promise, I guess. So tell everyone a little bit about how they can work with you, and so tell me a little bit about what you do now with your spiritual gifts, how you tap into people's homes and how you help people on that level.
Yes, certainly. Yes, it's been wonderful to learn this work. And my first husband, Keith, sits on my right shoulder every part of the way.
He's giving you instructions, is he? From the other side.
So I think that's where, and I get lots.
What's your new husband think about that?
Is he fine with it? Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Isn't that nice? That's what you want it to be like. Yeah, exactly. Secure in your marriage. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So certainly the Reiki, and just the power to tap into the energy of properties and even the land is just beautiful. Just to be able to read what's happening and then be able to assist people to be able to change the energy in their properties. And I've had some amazing results. Property that sat on the market for 3 or 4 months. I had this lady I just met, and she said, I just don't seem to be able to sell this property. I've had lots of people through, but it just hasn't moved. So I said, well, okay, we'll do an energy clearing on the house. And so I did it on a Thursday. She had an open house on the Saturday, and she had a contract on the property on the Monday.
Wow.
She was very pleased.
She would have been a very happy customer. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a great turnaround. Well, it just goes to show the power of intention, and energy, and Reiki, and what a beautiful difference you make in that.
So I usually work together as a team with the owner of the house as well. So then by setting an intention, they're putting their energy into it, as well as me helping with the energy as well.
Yeah, wonderful.
Great results.
And how can they get in touch with you if there's anyone that has something going on with their home and they'd like to clear the energy? What's the best way for them to reach you, Karen?
KarenChurchill.com.au. There's lots of information on there.
Beautiful. Karen, thank you so much for being so open, generous, and brave in sharing your story. I know it's going to touch so many people's lives. And for anyone listening, please remember that every healing journey is unique. Yes, it's just a testimony to the power of hope, intuition, and inner strength. And if you'd like to explore Reiki or intuitive development, you can find more at intuitivereiki.com.au. And also, if you have a friend who's going through a similar story or who you think that they might receive a benefit from listening to this episode, please forward it to them. And thank you for listening. I don't take it for granted that we are all so limited on time. So I really appreciate you being here. And Karen, thanks once more for your time today. It's been amazing to be able to hear your story and most importantly, to share it with those who can benefit from it.
Thanks, Lisa. Lovely to chat.
Yeah, thanks. I just wanted to say thanks for listening today. We know there are a lot of podcasts out there, and you took time out of your day to dive into this episode, and I want to say thank you so much. If you'd like to learn how to become a powerful psychic healer and spiritual teacher, head on over to intuitivereiki.online and you can get started by taking my free quiz and discover your unique psychic gifts. Plus, there's heaps of course information and you'll access a really great bunch of really helpful tools to support you on your path. We really want to see you build a soul-led practice that creates abundance, builds confidence, and the freedom to serve in the way you were born to. Remember, the world needs your powerful and unique teaching. I'll see you in the next episode.